See, don't give me those thoughts. You know what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to run with them. All next week, I'll be like, what's this budget look like? Can I get 3 bottles?
Oof, bottles though, $5 an ounce.
$5.
So $40 for 8 ounces. It's a cup.
I know, it's just
so $40 a cup.
A shot.
You lose your place because you're just like spending all your money on breast milk.
That's $20. Yeah, I know exactly
what happened to money.
Exactly. You guys got breast milk.
But you're healthy AF though. You are just.
I'm just as soon as you guys said getting my knees back, I got excited. Now I'm like, stem cells mixed with some breast milk.
You're like, oh, not again.
So we have Whitney here with us this week from the Best Let Down and Say New podcast, streaming
on Spotify, Audible, Amazon, iHeartRadio, YouTube. I think those are the places. Yeah.
All right. And so I just kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit about how you even came about doing the podcast. I know it kind of stems from your business that you now have going, which that stemmed from previous things. So just kind of tell us a little bit about like how it all came about.
Well, I'm a lactation consultant, an IBCLC, which is an international board certified lactation consultant. We have the longest name. It's a tongue twister. And I serve a lot of families, and pumping sucks. I hated pumping. I talk about my podcast, and just really to anybody that my breast pump said, Rob Lowe, Rob Lowe, Rob Lowe, Rob Lowe. And I couldn't make it say anything else. I'd like cover it with a pillow or a blanket, but it would just say Rob Lowe, and I would try to imagine it saying something else, but that's all it'd say. Rob Lowe. Hated pumping. I worked at a coffee shop after I had my daughter, and we didn't have like a place to pump. It was just like our back storage room. Mm-hmm. There's like a swinging back door. So I'd like drag a keg over and put it in front of the door and just like hang over the sink, like crying, like hoping no one would walk in. Rob Lowe, Rob Lowe, Rob Lowe. It was really awkward. So I just wanted to create something that people could listen to while they're pumping to make them feel not as alone and maybe laugh a little bit and not feel crazy, because you feel freaking crazy during the entire process of, pumping and nursing and all that stuff. So that's why we started the podcast. And I also just love people. So I just kind of wanted to talk to people about not necessarily just about pumping, because that's boring, obviously, but just about life in general and parenting and all the chaos that comes with it. So, yeah.
Okay. Go for it. You got something on your mind.
So the
there.
machine wasn't really saying Rob Lowe.
No. Same thing. Like, hold on. For those of us that did not have an electric pump.
Yeah.
That was what it sounded like.
Yeah, it sounded like that. Yeah, they make a lot of, all the pumps make different things like.
Okay.
And when you're pumping sometimes 8 times a day for 20 to 30 minutes, and that noise is just all you hear, and there's no volume, so it can freaking drive you mad, and you're just like willing milk into the bottles, and you are round and tired and irritable, and so it didn't actually say Rob Lowe, but now I can't look at him without my breast, without my boobs filling up, and I haven't nursed the baby in 9 years. So I try I love the guy, but I stay away from him because he creates milk. So I can't really.
Leave me alone.
I was gonna say there's other things you could use on your body where that might not be bad.
The Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
He has that new show, The Floor. Yeah, have you watched that show?
I did not see that.
Yeah, it's like you just guess. There's a topic and they show a picture, and then you're like, cow, horse, and then I don't know how to explain it. That was a bad explanation.
Oh, it's like a game
Farm
show.
animal.
Yeah. So everyone has like an expertise, but you don't get in the field of expertise, and then you go up against someone and they just show pictures, and it's like rapid fire. You have to name the thing.
So you do watch Rob Lowe.
I mean, okay.
So you're trying to say
we ran out of milk, and I was like, he's got a new show. I'll see if it will work, and it did.
It's a good trick.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you said that, I was thinking of his smile from Parks and Rec. Like he always has that cheesy smile.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know anything about this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you not allowed to like listen to? Well, if obviously they're listening to the podcast, but do you have to be aware of? Like, is there sensors on the pumps that say, like,
No.
you're full or
No.
take me off? You know, a malfunctioning because it slipped to the side too much or something? Like,
yeah, no, it's just that like oxytocin helps with like producing milk.
Okay.
And so a lot of people are stressed about their milk supply. And so when you're just like sitting there stressed, like they say, like you can't, like a watch pot never boils. Same thing with like milk. If you're like thinking about it too hard, like you get stressed out. So it's kind of nice to have something to like look forward to. Like we'll tell people like save some chocolate or save your favorite show for pumping so that you know, produce more milk, because it really sucks. It's not great. You feel like a cow, and it just, you feel
in
like
more ways than one.
Yeah. Exactly. In so many more ways, like besties with cows. And so I think it's just helpful to have something to look forward to and to relax, and because you already feel like a failure no matter how well you're doing. So it's
because you need the pump is why you feel like a failure.
Yeah. So like if you're at work, so to keep your milk supply up, to feed your baby, you know, some people can't latch or don't want to latch. So like that means like, you know, bringing the baby to the breast and having them nurse at the breast. So then you got to pump and get the milk. And it's a freaking full-time job. You are burning 500 to 700 extra calories just making milk. So you're essentially running a 5K a day every day that you are producing milk. So, and it takes the same amount of blood that it would to fill a bathtub for your body to, like the blood processing your body is enough to fill up a whole bathtub in a day of creating milk. So
just creating
a whole lot of work. So just something to reward the moms out there.
Yeah.
They're sacrificing.
Like a factory.
So, yeah. It
Eternal factory. Just, we need more blood.
Yeah.
Keep pumping. Keep pumping.
And that's why you go like most, like me, like I can't talk because your brain just, it goes away because you use so much brain power to grow a baby and then feed a baby. And then your brain's just like, I'm done. I've done enough.
Either distraction.
I've created life. I'm done.
The distraction. Now, go ahead.
I was going to ask, do you have any children that you're feeding now? Like,
are you looking at me while you're saying
no.
Okay, but still, watching Rob Lowe, you'll start to lactate.
No. I was joking, but
because bodybuilders are into breast milk these days, and
breast milk is
and
right
someone
now.
wanted me to ask if he could get some.
I have some clients that might be willing to. But it's $5 an ounce.
$5 an ounce.
Yeah.
She got the market rates out there.
Yeah, because I tell people, I'm like, if you want a side hustle.
There you go.
So I first heard about that with NFL players. That was a thing, and it was, I forget the running back. I think he played for Atlanta. Pretty famous, like running back, and he was doing like the MTV Cribs, and he opened up his freezer and he was showing off his milk supply. And I was like, what?
I just want to know: are they drinking it like straight? Or
Probably.
are they putting it in their smoothie?
Have you ever tasted breast milk? Anybody?
Not since.
Not
well,
on,
I mean, not
on purpose. Not on purpose.
One of my friends,
Some accidental.
she got her placenta turned into vodka, and then I was thankful because I was pregnant. We were 2 months apart with our babies, but she had her friends do White Russians with her breast milk and her placenta vodka. So if they live forever, you know that's why they found the fountain of youth.
They live forever. We're gonna be pissed off that we didn't get in on that shot earlier.
So what's the deal with placenta?
It's like you mean eating it or like digesting it?
Consuming it in anywhere after. What's the
I've heard
is
about
it the
people
stem
making like
cells?
shampoos and soap out of it even.
It's just like it's where the baby gets all the nutrients from. So it's just like really nutrient dense, and all other mammals I'm pretty sure, I don't want to misquote, but like I think they all eat the placenta after birth. So
I don't know of any animals where they don't, like even like dogs. So, like growing up, we had dogs that had puppies, right? Once all the puppies come out and then the placenta comes out, the mom eats
well, dogs eat vomit and shit.
Understood.
Okay.
But they know.
Yeah.
Animals.
They know the goodness.
Yeah.
But after such an ordeal of giving birth, and your body has gone through everything that I would go through.
Yeah.
Probably.
That makes sense.
Good thing. Tons of nutrition right there.
They usually clean off the youth too, you know.
Yeah. And like when you're growing a baby, your body comes like second fiddle. So like a lot of people get a bunch of cavities. You lose your hair because all the nutrients goes to the baby. So that's probably like, you're like, I'm going to get this back. Everything I give you, I'm going to eat it real quick. Have you guys heard the story about the woman who on her wedding day was really nervous? So she went to go see her husband and she walked in on her husband breastfeeding with his mom.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole story.
Oh.
She walked in on her husband breastfeeding on their wedding day.
From her husband. So
Yeah.
his
And
mom.
I feel like I saw a Reddit story recently.
That means that she has been consecutively just staying in that mode.
They've been doing it. Yeah. He's been eating for many
That's a
years.
long
Okay,
time.
let's get scientific. Based on that story, how often would he have to suckle on her to keep her lactating?
I mean,
Before it
pretty
just,
regularly if he was actually getting milk.
daily, every
But
other
she
day?
could pump too, right? And that would keep it going.
Yeah, so
Oh,
maybe
I
she was
see.
doing that.
And watch Rob Lowe a little bit.
Yeah, good to go.
Right.
I don't know, but I know that it said that she ran to she was really distraught, went and told his sister, and his sister was like, "It's not that big of a deal.
she does
You're
it too.
freaking out."
So I've seen episodes of Maury where the kids were still, the parent was still feeding the kids that way, and the kids were 7, 8, 9, but they weren't getting married yet. You know what I mean? They were still they didn't know any better age. Yeah. You know, they haven't heard anything yet.
Well,
homie had to have heard somebody say, you're not supposed to keep doing that. He probably just brushed it off oh yeah.
I mean, to each their own, but if you're grown and if you have to hide it, that's the part where I'm just
It reminds me of it's The Boys, Homelander. He would,
exactly.
He would suckle. Exactly. I think that's because he never had it from his mom. And so for that guy, that's some serious attachment right there.
Mommy issues.
Literal attachment. But so what's an age? What's a good age? I'm sure here in the West, we probably cut the kid off the nipple too quick.
Yeah.
And 7 years old probably maybe isn't that old if you look at it through a more historical lens.
Yeah. I mean, the recommendation is at least 6 months is the goal, but the WHO recommendation is 2 years.
2 years.
But the national average is 4 years old.
4 years.
Because it never loses its benefits. But then it's just culturally, kind of weird.
So I'm glad you said it because I was gotta go back to the football players because I was curious. Do they still get the same benefits from it? They must. They have to, right?
Yeah.
If they're stocked like that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the benefits of breast milk? Human breast milk.
Immunity,
Fresh.
there's something called a component called Hamlet, which is fights 40 different types of cancer. It passes on immunities too. So any colds or sicknesses that the person that pumped passes, it's in the milk. And just it's a live bacteria. It fights bacteria, so it's alive. So you'll see breast milk under a microscope, and they'll put it on bacteria, and it's few seconds. It's blah blah blah. They're all dying. They die.
So let's just say I wanted to.
I might be in the market now.
Let's just say I wanted to, because I'm trying to get back into not heavy lifting, but consecutive lifting, and I'm noticing, I get sore, and I'm just curious. Let's just say I wanted to do a study, and how much would I need? How many days worth would I need to give myself an honest amount for a study? Do I have to do 2 weeks?
I don't know.
30
And
days?
how much in a day, right?
Yeah.
How much in a day is actually?
Am I doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or
I don't know for
snacks
adults.
in
I
between?
my expertise is in babies.
How much-
Usually they're under
okay.
1 year old. So
How much does a baby? How much?
Well,
Do you
babies,
know,
that's majority of what they're eating, though. So
Right. So how many ounces do they drink a day?
typically, exclusively breastfed babies typically eat between 2 to 3 ounces every time they feed. So it's between 24 to maybe 30 ounces for a 24-hour period. Because with formula, it stays the same, so you have to increase the volume, but you don't have to with breast milk because it changes with the baby. So maybe 30 ounces a day would be good.
30 ounces a day, and they weigh about 3 pounds. So I'm 245.
Oh,
I'm trying to do
babies?
the math.
Babies?
No. I'm just trying to see if I got to do like math. Sorry.
You're born
How
at
much did I come out? Like
30.
7? Okay, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've never been good at math.
What, like
Me
7
either,
to
I'm not
10
bad.
pounds?
At birth,
God, I
yeah.
couldn't
Never been
imagine
good
having
at
a 10-pound
math.
baby.
Sorry.
My daughter
Okay.
was 9 pounds, 12 ounces.
That's
Christ.
a bowling ball.
Yeah, they cut her out.
Okay. So, okay, let's just say 10-pound baby, 30 ounces a day, 245-pound man.
I don't
It's
do
gonna
math.
be an
but
expensive habit.
So
or
I would-
diet.
You
I
said
should
$5 for how many ounces?
1 ounce.
say. One.
Yeah.
I swear I heard like 5 ounces for $5.
So that might change it for you. And just you might,
That's gonna be a
might go
3-day
after the
study.
dollar amount and not the actual.
I think there's already people who know the answer to that because
Yeah.
they're doing it. So you can just go on Reddit
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh,
find
that's
it.
true.
And
How
2, I think you could expand your market. Like you know, it's opportunity if you ever need it to.
Yeah, but as soon as I
I
go
should.
down that
band
rabbit
out.
hole,
That might be. That's a good idea, actually.
Expand out.
I never thought about that.
Just, yeah.
Just do consults for grown people that want to.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, actually.
See, I'm always thinking business.
That's a good idea.
so you have to be an NFL player to afford that.
Yeah.
You can't just be an average Joe. That's a lot of money.
Steroids are cheaper. I've heard. I don't know.
Right?
It's like,
There you go.
horse
It's
juice,
like I got
man.
this breast milk or I got these steroids. Like, what's the price
I
point?
know.
Wow. It's got to be
No,
good
I
stuff.
like the cancer fighting properties.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they say.
That's actually, I didn't know that part.
Yeah. And they say
Yeah.
every
I knew
drop
about,
counts.
like antibodies and things like that being passed through, but
Yeah.
So I wonder how long. I gotta find the story of this guy that was breastfeeding on his mom because like he must be practically immortal. Like I
So-
want to know his health history. Has he like that is so
I
interesting.
swore I had saved. I was trying to find it. I swore I had saved a Reddit story about a similar thing.
Really?
But she didn't find out that way through the wedding. It was she had caught him doing it one time, and then, he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I won't do it anymore." But then, like, she catches him again in another situation, and it was like 2 other times before she's like, "I don't know what to do. It makes me so
At that
uncomfortable."
price
this, that, and
point.
the other.
Shoot.
Getting it free.
He's getting it
Yeah.
free.
Just gotta show up. That's how mom kept him coming around.
Hey, she got a visit every day.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
I know in the Maury show, the one I was referring to, the mom was trying to defend it with the health benefits. She was talking about how the kids had perfect teeth. It sounded like they had a lot of good stuff going on for their age. They were in the right weights and, they're not checking cholesterol and stuff at that age and stuff like that. But teeth wise and everything else, they were good. It was just odd.
Yeah.
Just
And
odd.
asthma, it helps with like asthma, and any of those like things where immune boosting
Right.
can be helpful. So
I wonder how long I don't rarely get sick. Like I hadn't been sick like until COVID came around for a long time. So I wonder how long I breastfed.
I didn't breastfeed.
No.
Did you pump?
You did? Did you? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, I breast my child, but I didn't ever have breast milk. So yeah. I was formula fed.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm
Of course,
still
I grew up in that time when that was like you would do that too, because it was like science and formula. I remember, I think I heard a story. You being an expert, maybe you heard this too. That when formula first came out, they didn't know about vitamins, so it was just like fat and carbs
Yeah.
or
Oh,
something.
really?
And so it was they were malnourishing kids,
Yeah.
but they pushed that stuff on us.
Yeah. Well, they actually had their reps dressed as nurses to go out and tell people how great formula was. And then it was also like a status symbol, like the rich people are doing formula because you can afford it. And then also they would do like kickbacks and like cruises and stuff for doctors to promote formula.
Sounds
So
like
it's
not
big.
much has changed.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the area of
Very crazy.
big formula and big pharma.
Don't they use some of that stuff to make white rocks?
What?
You are correct.
Okay, just make sure.
Formula?
I was just talking about the
It's
80s
one
epidemic.
of the ingredients along with some other things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Formula
Yeah.
is?
Yeah,
Pretty sure,
I thought that's why like they
I did
only
not know
limit
that.
you to get it so many at the store, and then for some stores they were like carding you because of it.
Oh.
Kind of
cut
like
it
they
with
do.
I
that.
thought they
Yeah,
were
it's not
locking
that
it up
they-
because.
when
No,
you say
it's-
white
they-
rocks,
they
you mean
cut it with
White
that.
rocks.
Got it.
So like they get the
I was trying not to say the name.
so they get the pure source,
Oh.
right? They get the pure
Yeah.
from their source. They cut it down so that they have
Oh,
more
more.
to sell. and that's one of the things they would cut it with. Yeah.
Now I'm actually worried. Like, what if I meet someone who just had a baby, and now I'm thinking about how much money I can save?
Now all he's doing is swiping on people who have newborns. He's running a racket here.
I'm getting really specific now.
Pregnant or newborns, one of the two.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, I got a toddler. I'm like, ooh, how old? 3?
Are they still nursing? Okay.
First question. You still nursing?
If somebody has that, it would be an immediate.
Is that red flag?
Hard no.
I'm sure there's people out there where they'd be into it.
Yeah,
Obviously, there's a mother who likes breastfeeding her son up until the age of however he was, marriageable age. I mean, 18. When I open my Instagram, and I don't know how this happened, in that thing that's like the For You, there's often little breastfeeding things in there.
He doesn't know how that
I don't know how it happened.
I know, right?
Well, I probably know how it happened. There was a boob. I clicked on it. It just so happened there was someone feeding a baby, and then the algorithm thinks I like that. So it keeps showing up.
And this is exactly why I don't want to go down a Reddit rabbit hole trying to figure out how much it costs where I can get it cheaper. Because then my ads and everything else just, no, I don't want to do that to myself.
That's funny.
But I am curious.
That's funny.
2-week study.
It's going to come back in a month. Just be superhuman.
I'm going to be just on Facebook like, who just had a child?
His knees are healed up. He's in the NBA now.
Right?
He's back in there.
Knees healed up. Ooh, man.
That's
You should not have said that.
I love that there's like a meme that says like, have you tried pouring breast milk on the country? Like, just reset, just start it over. There we go. Fix it all.
You could just like inject it straight into your knee, possibly.
See, don't give me those thoughts. You know what I'm going to do with them? I'm going to run with them. All next week, I'll be like, what's this budget look like? Can I get 3 bottles?
Oof, bottles though, $5 an ounce.
$5.
So $40 for 8 ounces. It's a
I
cup.
know, it's just
So $40 a cup.
shot.
You lose your place because you're just like spending all your money on breast milk.
That's $20. Yeah, I know exactly.
What happened to money?
You guys got breast milk?
But you're healthy AF though. You are just.
I'm just as soon as you guys said getting my knees back, I got excited. Now I'm like, stem cells mixed with some breast milk.
I wonder how much a placenta would cost then.
Okay,
I was thinking that. I didn't want to ask.
That would be way more potent than a few ounces of milk.
But you only get
Put that in my head.
How big's a placenta?
It's like
Okay, cool.
But I did hear something that people were selling placentas, like because you can take it with you, but they usually just discard it. But there was hospitals that were taking people's placenta.
That's gotta be like $10K.
Yeah, I was gonna say that can be incentivized in a bad way, and you have bad actors doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, true.
Kind of like on the Squid Games, how they're harvesting the organs.
Oh,
they're not actually killing them when they should just be popping them off.
True.
Everything comes back to popular culture, TV.
Always comes back.
But yeah, I can see that. I can see people are going to be bad around that.
Yeah, but if it's your choice and you want to sell it,
right.
Interesting.
And if you can prove that you're not passing some crazy ass disease along with it,
Yeah, I kind of want to know where my source is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
100% grass-fed, USDA.
vegan, trad life.
I'm like, what is your diet? What does it look like? Are you eating a lot of pizza? Like,
You could.
it doesn't matter.
You could. Yeah, you could strike a deal with the mother-to-be, and you know exactly how they're living, and then get the placenta.
Have them do blood tests and things of that sort for you.
Is it getting deep?
That's got to be a high-price ticket item.
You think so?
Yeah,
For a clean one, yeah.
a high price because it's only one.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the placenta.
Yeah, it's
that's pricey.
not a continuous supply like milk.
Just stand outside the hospital and be like, before you go in, I've got a question. Just bring it in a bag.
Buy your placenta.
Oh golly gee,
That's wild. Well, that's cool. I'm glad that you're out there helping mothers. I didn't think about like how stressful that would be because you need to do it. You're like someone is relying on me to do it. not just that bodybuilder or NFL player. Like my child is my child needs this from me. So I can see how that would be stressful because your mind is really in it. Like I gotta do this, and I got, if he's drinking 30 ounces, that's a lot of money. That's $120 worth of breast milk he's drinking. I can't do math. I told you guys I can't do it. 150. See, I was close. But man, that's. I mean, that would be stressful. Yeah. That would be stressful.
And with the internet, it's not any help because comparison. Like there's people that are overproducers and they produce a lot of milk, and then when you're online, and you're seeing people pump gallons of milk, and then you have what you're supposed to have, like 2 to 3 ounces. It's like you feel like a failure. So yeah, a lot of crying on my couch. Wild. A lot of people cry. A lot of stress. But I do love what I do. Except I hate bad feedback. I am not. Like, we have so many 5-star reviews at my practice, but
awesome.
Whenever there's one person say anything negative, I stew on it for so long.
You're trying to provide the best that you can for them. Sometimes your best, sometimes it's just not going to be other people's.
And I get I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine, but I'm so bad at receiving bad feedback because I really care, and I just hate it. I hate it. Yeah. Especially when it comes from the dad. Like, you're not doing anything.
I know. We're sitting here in a place that nothing.
Just sit
They shouldn't even be allowed to leave the review.
Yeah. The first review.
Crazy.
Yeah. The first bad review I ever had was the dad. And it was so long. It was like 5 paragraphs. And I was just, I took it to my therapist for like a month because it just was so hard.
He's probably the same one that just reviews everything.
Yeah. And I think you're tired and all that, so it is whatever, but it hurt my feelings.
And that's dope. Well, still, congrats on everything you're doing.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Did we say the name of the podcast? Oh, no, you said it.
It's the best letdown.
So if you do find an over producer since you're in the business, I'm just saying,
see if they'll cut a discount.
You want to slide that text message over to him, say, I know a guy that's just looking for ounces for a quarter.
Yeah.
I'll just 2 weeks.
I mean, there is a lot of people that are like trying to give it away because it's about to go bad. So you might catch people like that. Just get on, do people still go on Craigslist? Like, there might be someone Craigslist.
Just guys don't understand. Just to get just to try. It's for the knees.
Yeah.
It's science. It's science.
Right.
Science.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Science.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
For the knees.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do it. Science.
Knees are important. Head, shoulder.
I heard you the first time.
Yeah, but it's your eyes. Your voice is saying one thing. Your eyes are saying another. But now I'm just like, if I get that bounce back, whew.
Yeah, your face does not really lie.
I know we were trying to wrap this up, but I did come across an article that I'm going to tie into this and just see what you have to say about it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Since you do want really potent milk, of course, I probably lost it now because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, what do you...
Maybe you've seen this, but it's shown up multiple times in my feed about cockroach milk being a superfood.
Okay, I'm taking my hair.
More
cockroaches have milk?
They have a milk-like substance that they feed their little babies.
Oh.
I was like, how do they milk those?
Kind of makes me like them.
What's that movie where they milk he's talking about milking the cat?
It's a substance produced by certain species of cockroaches to feed their young. It has high nutritional content.
Eat the Fockers.
Eat the Fockers. Cockroach milk contains high concentrations of protein, up to 3 times more than cow's milk.
Oh.
But think about how many cockroaches you need to get just to get that. It's rich in healthy fats, including omega-3s, carbohydrates, complex carbs. Great.
Talk about feeling like a failure when you milk, though.
Cockroaches pumping it.
Muscle growth and repair, weight management, bone health, immune support. So all the same things.
Oh.
Maybe you should start trying to find cockroach milk.
And don't cockroaches live like forever?
They do. They're the ones that are going to inherit the world after we destroy it.
Oh, there might be something there.
Cockroach milk.
Man, another business.
You guys are going to walk in. I'm just going to have these cockroaches in little boxes just working away, all funneled into one glass.
Little pumps.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe.